Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is a bit of a special video. So basically, I have a little bit of an announcement, but after that, my cousin Megan, her class in New Zealand have asked me if I could answer a couple of questions for them. So they're studying, I believe it's nutrition and health and I believe that they're studying a little bit about obesity as well. Megan approached me and asked me if her class could ask me a couple of questions, in regards to my journey and all that sort of thing. And I got the questions, and there's some really great questions on there. So I thought that I would do a video for everybody, because there are questions that I've been asked in the past from others. And so I thought I would just address everything now, today. I am going to try and keep this as short as I can. There's a lot of questions there. I may not get through all of them. Some of those questions are kind of the same question, just asked in a different way. So there was some great questions there, by the way. So just really quickly before I get started, I just wanted to announce that I have decided to do my first full Ironman in New Zealand in 2018 on the 3rd of March at Lake Taupo. I'm really proud of myself and definitely can't wait to do this. I really hope that my grandparents can be there to see me finish the race, and I'm just super excited. I can't wait to see my family over there, and race this amazing course. So it's going to be a really, I don't know why I'm getting so emotional about this. It's going to be a really long road to the training for this. It's a really big event, so the distances of a full Ironman are double what the half are. So my first full Ironman in New Zealand next year. That's less than a year away. Okay, just let me, straighten myself back up here, because if you don't know me by now, you will know that if you know me well enough and you've been watching my videos, you will know that I'm a little bit of an emotional wreck at most times in my life. So, this is nothing new at all. I'm just a very emotional person, and very proud of myself. Okay, so we're 4 minutes in already. Okay, so jumping straight into the questions. First of all, guys, I just wanted to say I think this class that you guys are taking is amazing. I think it's so important for you to know what you're eating, what the foods that you eat can do to your body, and also, help you just in general make healthier, food choices, because nutrition and health is one of the biggest things that most people struggle with, so just the fact that you guys are learning now, I just think it's just amazing. And to your teacher, props to you. I really think that this class is it's such a great opportunity for students to learn a bit more about food, nutrition and health. And yeah. Okay, guys. So now we're jumping straight into the questions. The first question, I have my little ice cream pen here that I'm just going to cross things off as we go, or I will lose myself or where I'm at. So sorry about that. So the first question is, what was the main contributing factor to your weight gain? So I'm also adding to that because there were a couple of other questions very similar to this one. So I'm also adding, why did you have surgery, and how many times did you try before you had surgery, and do I love my body at the moment as well? So all of those questions in the one answer. So first of all, I will just start with prior to surgery and prior to having surgery, I did try many times to lose weight. All failed attempts. I got on this bandwagon of, yep, I'm going to lose the weight, and I joined the gym and I did everything right for a week. And then it kind of went like this. I kind of just, the gym, it wasn't inspiring me at all. I hated it. I hated going. It was a chore, and I just hated it. I just couldn't deal with it. I just felt uncomfortable and I just hated it. But not only that, then, I would also try the diet thing. So, like the shakes and, all these miracle drinks and stuff that you could have. But I hated the flavor. Absolutely hated it. So, I gave up. I quit. I wasn't seeing results in a week. Well, why am I doing something that I don't like doing? So that's pretty much what my mentality was. So I can't even count on two hands how many times I tried to lose weight before I decided to have surgery. But it was a fair few times. Now, my main contributing factor to my weight gain was probably when I moved out from living with my parents. Yes, dear mother and father, they know what's good for their children. I would always eat very healthy food, healthy meals at home, home cooked vegetables. So I moved out and I thought it was just great. I could have McDonald's every night. How good is that, right? Nah. So I started to stack the weight on once I kind of moved out permanently from my parents' house. And that's kind of where it started. And it kind of just went downhill from there, really, really quickly. So, yes, I love my body now. Actually, I just put up a post about half an hour ago on my social media. Actually, it was on my private page about Ironman New Zealand next year. And, one of the main things that I said in this post was that it's amazing now I look down and I absolutely love what I see. Not only can I see my feet over my belly and my belly's flat, but I really love what I see. My legs are toned, my muscles are toned, everything is just on point. So, yes, I do love myself now, maybe too much. But, I've worked incredibly hard to get here. I get asked a lot how, I got minimal loose skin and how I got such toned legs. I don't have an easy answer for that question. A lot of people think that there's some miracle treatment or something that they can do to, that's a little bit better, sorry, to have the perfect body. That there isn't, a lot of hard work, 100K bike rides and 20K runs, and yeah, it's a lot of hard work. So the next question is, did you ever feel it was too hard and wanted to give up on your goal? I'm an incredibly determined person. So when I started on this whole journey, there were a couple of people who kind of expected me to fail. You know, they said a few sly things to me that, you know, didn't sit so well. And I'm the sort of person who likes to show people that they're wrong. So it's a really vicious cycle, I guess, and a really strange way to find your motivation. But those people who didn't believe that I could do it, I'm sorry, but look at me now. That's all I've got to say. So when I set goals, I set really big goals, and people kind of look at me sideways, I guess, in a way, and I almost feel like they think, yeah, righto. So for me, that's my determination to, you know, go and smash those goals. And I don't really ever get that doubt that I'm not going to make it, and that I want to give up, because, I mean, the prize is just so worth everything. And, you know, I feel like all that hard work that I put in, I've worked too hard to give up on it, you know. But not only that, my social media really helps keep me motivated as well, you know. I love posting. I post every day almost on my social media sites, and it keeps me going. It keeps me motivated to keep going. You know, and just the fact that I get messages every day from people telling me how I've helped inspire them to go out and set big goals and kick them, pretty much. And to me, that is so amazing. You know, it's so amazing knowing that I can help others see the light, in a sense. And yeah, so no, to answer that question, simply, no, I haven't wanted to give up at all. Next question. When you were obese, how were your social interactions, and how was it for you to walk around in public? Do people treat you different now as opposed to when you were bigger, and how are your friends? So when I was big, walking around in public was humiliating. People used to say stuff, sly stuff. Some kids mostly actually weren't sly at all and would say some really horrible things. You know, make noises like an elephant walking, you know, or rumbling, or tell me that the ground's cracking every step I take so I should stop walking. It's horrible. You know, I went through a lot when I was a bigger girl, and it's funny because my instant reaction to all of this was to get in my car, go to Macca's, get as many Big Mac meals as I possibly could get, and hide out somewhere at some abandoned parking lot and just eat, because that food made me feel good. You know, nothing else I did seemed to make me feel good, because I would cop, you know, rude remarks and comments in anything that I did. So for me, eating that food made me feel amazing for that short period of time that I was eating. And it was a vicious cycle, really was. So yeah, now People approach me in the street all the time now. A lot of people in this town that I live in here in Mount Isa, it's only a small town, and there are a lot of people in this town who follow me and know who I am. So I think that's why people approach me in the street, though. I don't think it's just because I look skinny. I don't know. I really don't know. But yes, interactions with people have totally changed. I'm actually quite a socially awkward person. I get quite awkward when it comes to social events. Any triathlons, anything like that. I tend to stick with just my friends and kind of just shut everything else off and try and focus, I guess. But I'm very funny when it comes to being around big groups of people who I don't know. So, but that's it's funny because I actually never used to be like that. I used to love being around big groups of people people I didn't know, but now I don't know why, but I'm just a little funny with it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. And friends, I have got a lot of friends who have been good friends for a very, very long time. They've seen me go through things that, not every friend sees people go through, and they've stuck by me. I have noticed, though, that, my interactions with my longtime friends have completely changed. We don't tend to see each other as much anymore. But I also have found that I'm finding it really easy to make new friends as well. And, people who are into fitness and health and fitness and all that sort of stuff. I've made some amazing friends along this journey, and continue to meet some really inspiring people, and it's just great. It's just so good. So next question, do you have any issues with excess skin because you've lost such a large amount of weight? I'm really lucky. I am incredibly lucky, compared to some people who haven't even lost as much weight as what I have. I don't have much excess skin at all. A little tiny bit, but nothing to be ashamed of, I guess. My stomach is flattening out really well. There's a little tiny bit, but it's nothing. It's something that I definitely know that I can work on, and I can flatten it out myself. No needs for surgery or anything like that. If in the future I do opt to have a bit of surgery, the only thing that I really think that I would need it on is my breasts, because they have totally flattened out, and possibly you can't see it with this shirt on, but under my arms, like down in this area here, because I was quite big in those areas, and they're probably the only areas that I'm really worried about. My stomach, like I said, it's something that I'm pretty sure I can work on, and yeah, so we'll see what the future holds, I guess, though, for that. Next question is, how was your relationship with your family, and did they support you, and what did they think of you having the surgery? So my family were incredibly worried about me prior to deciding to have surgery. I didn't realise this because it's a really touchy subject, I think, for family, and not a fun one, not a fun conversation to have with somebody who is overweight. My grandparents, after surgery, actually came to me and said, you know what, thank thank goodness we prayed when you went in for surgery that this would work for you, and we're so happy that it has. We were really worried. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure my family knew that at that point there weren't really any more options. You know, I had type 2 diabetes. I had severe issues with blood pressure. I had severe sleep apnea to the point they were trying to take my driver's license off me. And the list goes on. You know, I wasn't well, and it was just kind of going downhill. You know, anything really that could go wrong was going wrong. My body pretty much was shutting down. And I was not in a good way at all. So, yeah, my family definitely supported my decision to have surgery. Did you find it mentally challenging? That is a really good question. Yes, and I think one thing that I've noticed just recently actually is that weight loss surgery is quite popular, and there's people who are getting it done who I believe, you know, aren't doing it for the right reasons. You know, I've heard of people posting, you know, how, you know, that they can still eat takeaway food, McDonald's, and all that sort of thing, and that they're proud that they could eat a whole small meal. But to me, that's not. You're not. Why go and have this surgery if you're not gonna use it? So it's a really sore point for me. You tell people you have surgery and they kind of just go, another one who's had surgery, great. You know, weight loss surgery is... This is a really hard question, actually. So, okay, what I'm trying to say here, I guess, is some people are under the impression that weight loss surgery doesn't just change your stomach, but it changes your mind as well. It doesn't. Okay. Weight loss surgery, the only thing that weight loss surgery does is changes the size of your stomach. You cut your stomach in half. Okay. It doesn't change how you think and feel about food. It doesn't change any of that. You physically, mentally have to change that yourself, and it's not easy. When you've still got in your head that you want to eat that large Big Mac meal and you want the whole thing, and then you go and try and it makes you sick because you can have one chip, well, you know, maybe a bit more than that, but do you get what I'm saying? When you're so used to eating food for emotion, which is what I was an emotional eater, and you had that comfort of, okay, if anything goes wrong or anyone says anything to me while I'm out, I can hop in my car and I can go and get McDonald's and eat 3 or 4 large meals to make me feel better, to I can't do that, but I'm really sad right now and I need something to make me feel better. And you want to have food, but you can't. It's a mind boggle. It's nothing that I have ever experienced before, and to change it is so hard. You know, I've heard that people are going and getting this surgery done and not having any counselling or talking to dietitians, and I don't understand that. How are these people dealing with all of this? Because for me, I went to a fair few counselling, you know, before and after surgery, and spoke to dietitians and all of that sort of thing. And honestly, I think it is so important. It is so important because I don't know how I would have got through without it. Because, I mean, like I said, I had to retrain my brain pretty much to find something else that I could find comfort in if I was sad or down or something had upset me that wasn't food. And I'm really lucky because I found physical activity was something that I could turn to. You know, I mean, in the beginning it was walking and, you know, just walking, swimming, just, you know, not crazy laps or anything like that, but getting out and doing something physical. And that's kind of how I managed to get through. Whereas obviously prior to surgery, I would have gone and got a Big Mac meal or 3 or 4 and eaten it. So, you know, but that transition to train myself to go from food to exercise was in no way easy, and there were a lot of tears and a lot of anger that people around me kind of had to just deal with. But it didn't take long. I'd say about 5 weeks for me to completely transition from turning to food to turning to exercise for comfort. And it was an incredibly long 5 weeks, that's for sure, and totally not easy. I definitely think that the surgery helped with that. Obviously, I couldn't eat much anyway. And for about 4 weeks, you're on liquids anyway, so all you can really have is soup. So that definitely helped. You know, knowing that I couldn't really eat anything else anyway, definitely helped in the transition period. But having a counsellor and somebody there who was mutual that I could talk to was massive for me, and I genuinely think that the people going through with this surgery definitely should talk to somebody, and not somebody in their family, but somebody mutual that that can help them along. And definitely chatting with a dietitian helps as well. So yes, very mentally challenging. And what do I think of fast food now? I don't eat fast food anymore. I might have Subway every now and then. I'll get like a salad or a salad sandwich from Subway every now and then. Or Zambreros, I might have a salad from there every now and then. But apart from that, I don't touch McDonald's and KFC, Hungry Jack's, none of that. I haven't since surgery, so I don't like deep fried food at all. Okay, this is a good question. So, what sugary drinks, e.g., Coke, Red Bull, were a part of your pre-operation diet, and how much of it would you consume per day on average? So, Coke was something that I used to drink a fair bit of, and I may have had up to 4 to 5 cans a day of Coca-Cola. I don't drink Coke anymore, although I have started to have, you know, I'm doing crazy training at the moment, so we're talking 100k bike rides and 20k runs and all the fun stuff, you know, 4k swims. And so I have, after training, every now and then I may have a glass of Coke just to get my sugars back up. But apart from that, it's really sweet for me now. Sugar is one thing that I've cut from my diet as much as I can, because sugar's really not that great for you. So my favourite fizzy drink now actually is soda water with half a lemon, half a lime squeezed into it. I know it sounds like lots, but I really love my citrusy foods. And a tiny little bit of pink Himalayan rock salt to help with hydration. And yeah, that's actually one of my favourite fizzy drinks now. So go figure, really. It's totally different to what I used to be. But anyway, yeah. So I really do hope that I answered all those questions as best I can for you guys, and I hope it makes sense. Sometimes I kind of feel like I jump all over the place because I'll be halfway through answering a question and then I'll remember that I wanted to say something else. So sorry if that happened. But yeah, guys, if you do have any more questions, just let Megan know. Megan can contact me, or let your teacher know, and your teacher can contact me. I wanted to say thank you so much for letting me in on your studies and letting me answer a couple of questions for you guys. Again, I really think this class that you guys are doing is a really great class, and I really wish that we had something like this while I was at school. Although back then, to me, none of that was, I didn't really care about any of that. But just know, nutrition it's so important, and getting it right, it really is so important. The way that eating correctly can make your body feel is incredible, and it's incredible. I'm only still learning, how certain foods make me feel, and it's so important, especially when you're doing Ironman events and triathlon and any sporting really. It's so important to know what foods make your body perform best. So, it's going to be different for everybody, completely different for everybody. I've gone through a lot of trial and error with nutrition, and still am going through a lot of trial and error with nutrition, and haven't got it right just yet, but I'm getting there, and I need to make sure I get it right for Cairns. So, yeah, guys, just great class. All right, anyway, I better go. This video is going to be long, even though I didn't want it to be too long. And any questions, like I said, let me know. You can also follow me on my social media pages. I'm on Facebook. It's just Elle's Journey to Good Health. It's a public page. I've also got my Instagram, again, Elle's Journey to Good Health, with underscores where the spaces would be. And also on YouTube, which is how you're viewing me right now, Elle's Journey to Good Health as well. So, guys, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day, and train hard, and keep smiling, and keep eating healthy.